one of the things that is an alarm that is coming out is an item like this. This is a unit that has two leads that detect water. So this plugs into an AC outlet.
Okay.
You put a wire into your sump pit that has a water sensing device on the end. If the sump pit fills up beyond a certain point, it makes a connection, and this unit will actually text you. So you get online, awesome. You configure it, right? You can text yourself, you can text whoever you choose to want to be aware of this. Okay. The goal about these units is they alert you before there's water all over the place, so it's an indicator. There's another lead that comes with this. You have two that you can put near your water heater as an example, all right? Because water heaters, they live only so long, and most of the time the units start to leak before anything else happens. Well, if you've got a 50-gallon or 75-gallon water heater and you've got that pressure coming into the water heater, A, you're heating water for your floor, B, the floor is ruined, and then, you know, until you realize it, it just keeps going. So you're not going to know you're out of hot water until you go downstairs and see the flood that's occurred in that basement. So this is another way of telling you there's water on the floor in a certain area. And once again, the text messages come out.
That would have been really handy for some clients of mine many years ago down in Louisville, Kentucky, when I was selling windows that had a finished basement, had installed a new water heater that actually failed on them.
Oh no.
Went on their lengthy winter vacation and they came home to a basement full of mold and hot water and over $70,000 worth of damage.
Yeah.
So that would have been key, because down in Gulf Shores, they would have had that text message and be able to call a plumber or their neighbor or something to run and say, hey, please check my house.
Yep.
And even if it's a false alarm, I'd rather it be a false alarm that I'm going to check on than coming home to feet of water in my basement.
Well, and also too, in addition to a standalone unit, there are other units that connect to a security system.
Oh, that's cool.
So depending upon what kind of security system you have, there are sensors that can go down on the floor or go in the sump pit. So, and that, what would happen is they would notify the security company would call you and say there's a fault as it relates to, you know, water detection in a certain area. So there are many ways to figure it all out. Once again, it's prevention, right? Do you want to spend $70,000 to redo your home that you just did, right? to get back to where you started,
exactly.
Or would you rather kind of repair a problem in a very small contained area?
Let's talk about a few of the simple things a homeowner could potentially do themselves to prevent a water disaster in the future.
Yep, that's great. Well, I think there are two simple things. We all have washing machines in our homes, right? Some of us have more.
Right.
Sometimes our washing machines are upstairs, sometimes they're in the basement, sometimes the first floor. And if you don't have a little cable like this that attaches your cold and your hot water from the supply inlet into your home to the back of your washing machine, you got a big risk. Because if you don't have something that's braided and brass and metal like this, you have what is classically a rubber hose, right? Okay. No different than what's in your car for the radiator system, as an example, or your garden hose. The difference is there's constant pressure. So you got your water on to that washing machine. That pressure is always in the pipe. What happens if that rubber hose cracks?
You've got water everywhere.
You got water everywhere. And once again, you're probably not home. You know, depending upon where your washing machine is, you've got a whole $70,000 fix. And according to the insurance companies we work with, it's one of the top 5 reasons that homes get flooded today, and it is totally preventable. You don't even think about it, because someone installs a washing machine, they hook up the hose to the back, you don't even think twice, you just want to make sure it works, the clothes are clean. But a braided hose like this, best investment you could ever do.
And probably one of the worst things to do is get a brand new washer and dryer into the house and use the original hoses that were there for the old ones, because they've already had so much use and kind of messed around with when the washing machine's been taken in and the new one's been put out.
So make sure you ask the installer, because they should come with new hoses. They really should, but that doesn't mean that people are doing them.
Gotcha.
So you got to make sure when you're buying an appliance like that, just say, hey, do you got new braided hoses for the supply lines that come with it? Hopefully they say yes. If not, make sure you buy those and that the installers install them for you, because that's a good thing. And then similar, this is a supply line into a toilet. All right, so this connects to the supply line, this connects to the bottom of the toilet, so I guess it would be more like this, right? And the same kind of scenario. You got water. Granted, the volume is not as big as like in a washing machine, but nonetheless, you have volume, and toilets will run and run and run and run and run. And so those old hoses can be replaced. So if you moved into an older home and everything's in great shape, first thing I'd do is make sure you got braided toilet supply lines, you got a braided washing machine line, and you know where you can shut your main water off to your house. I mean, those are the first 3 fundamental things.
Thanks for watching this episode of Love Your Indie Home, and tune in next time when we talk to Kurt Weibel of The Kitchen Right about some great upgrades you can do to your kitchen.